What's up, Buttercups? You know, the moon is a fascinating character in astrology. You have the sun that represents the soul and the masculine energy, and then you have the moon that represents the mind and the feminine energy. And together, they create a cycle of 24 hours. Our idea of time is based on the cycles that the sun and moon create together. And the moon is special because your basic natal chart contains the sun, moon, and then all of the planets until Pluto. And the moon is the only object that is locked into Earth's gravitational pull. It's directly linked to you and Earth. That's why it's so important. The moon affects the tides of the ocean. She can affect agriculture and she can affect humans' emotions. And if you don't believe me, just ask any nurse, police officer, or retail worker if there's any truth that people are more emotional around the full moon. In astrology, the moon represents the emotional, instinctual, and subconscious parts of a human's mind. The moon governs our inner world, and she influences how we react emotionally to different situations. The moon is associated with the sign of Cancer, so it is connected to our feelings and our nurturing capabilities. So let's look at these associations a little bit more in depth. Now, the moon rules over your emotions and how you respond to things that affect you. And you can have the exact same circumstances, the exact same breakup, and a Cancer moon will handle the breakup totally different than a Sagittarius moon. The moon is our basic instinct reactions we have. So it's like, for example, if a Sagittarius moon feels trapped, they will run away. It's their nature. You know, they can consciously change this pattern into a new pattern, but the moon shows us which patterns you were naturally born with. So the moon can represent habits to some degree. It is our emotional responses when we're on autopilot. The moon can show us what we need to feel comforted and secure in life. And she is often associated with the mother and how your mother nurtured you. A Taurus moon will be nurtured by their mother way different than someone with an Aries moon. And if you look at the aspects and what house the moon is in your natal chart, you can get greater details about the relationship with your mother and her nurturing style. The moon is your connection to your family and your roots. And whether we like it or not, we all came to this world joining a family line that had passed down things to us, both good and bad. The moon is the connection to our past. And the moon does not create any light on its own. Rather, it reflects the light of the sun. You know, the moon does an awful lot of reflecting. She reflects how we feel about our home and what we need to feel emotionally safe. She represents the feminine energy, and she receives light from the sun and then reflects it to do her job at night. Her job is no less important than the sun's. Both are needed to make the cycle complete. And feminine energy is about receiving and nurturing, just like the moon. And the moon also bases things on cycles and rhythms, just like the female reproduction system. The moon goes through different phases each month, birthing to a full moon. And the phases represent different cycles of growth and reflection and release and renewal. So as you can see, the moon is pretty dang potent in your chart. Now, I am going to be starting a new series that goes over each moon in each sign in greater detail. So be sure to check out that playlist to discover things about yourself. And if you want a natal chart reading or a synastry reading done by moi, then be sure to check out my description. I will leave a link where you can sign up to get one. Anyways, my little buttercups, I have enjoyed unraveling the deeper meaning of the moon in astrology, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Mwah!